Hi everybody. I'm gonna make something and I don't know if any of you are interested, but I thought I'd share just in case. Who knows? But I have really gotten back into reading this year. Like, I used to read when I was growing up, like all the time, and even pretty much before kids. Until I had kids, I always used to read, and then I just stopped reading. And then I read for a little bit, and then I stopped again. So this year, I have really gotten into reading, and so far this year, I've read 20 books, which, I mean, going from not reading at all to 20, I think that's pretty darn good. And I wanted, this is not necessary at all, but being me and loving the chance to make anything or being organized and writing and stuff like that, all that appeals to me. So I've been keeping a reading journal. Now, I wish I had started this at the beginning of the year. It would have been so much better because I didn't start this until maybe a month or two ago. So I can't remember. Like, I know what books I read because I use the Goodread app, but I can't remember stuff about the books. And what I would have liked is to, like, jot down, like, favorite quotes from the book and stuff like that. So anyway, I bought this journal on Amazon. It's a dotted journal. The size, let me see, 10 1/4 by 7 1/2, but the pages are probably, I would say, a bit smaller. A little shy of 7 1/2, and so about 10 1/8 and 7 3/8. So the pages are numbered, which is great, and it comes with content, like you can write down the pages and what it's about. I added that in the beginning, just Denise's reading journal. And so what I do, I print out photos of the books that I'm reading, like the cover photos, and I use it for in here. But I have this page, which are books read in 2024, which I need to add more. And then I gave that 2 pages because I actually will need the second page. And then I'm going to move this one. I put the photo of the book, and then I write the title, the author, the type of book it is, how many pages, and then I have a stamp that's 5 stars, which is great. I think it came, let me just get it. It's a planner stamp set, Studio L2E. So it's meant to go this way for jotting list, but I just turn it this way so then I can use it for like a rating. So, and then I rate the book, and then I just write a little bit about the book. And I may even like so far most of them have been, you know, just paperbacks and books that I bought myself. But the odd time, like it'll be, see, I haven't written a lot of stuff in here. This so far has been my favorite book of 2024. It's a creepy book. It's Mary, An Awakening of Terror by Nat Cassidy. Favorite book this year. But I'll write down if I borrowed it like from my daughter, or whether it's paperback or an audiobook, you know, stuff like that. Oh, I also put down when I started reading it and when I finished. So it's just, like I said, it's totally not necessary. And I'll even write down like if I would like to read it again. So I was thinking maybe next year I might set a goal for how many books I would like to read next year. And once I hit that goal, instead of trying to go past it, I may reread some old books. Because I mean, really, by the end of next year, I'll probably have forgotten a lot. Because there are some books that I wouldn't mind reading again, especially now that I'm doing this. So just in case you're interested, you can skip past this if you're not. I'll tell you what books I've read so far and if I would recommend them. The Good Nurse, Charles, was it Graeber or something? No. Actually, it was part good. It was slow, and then towards the end it was good. But A Death at the Party, yes, I really like that one. It's by Amy Stewart. And pretty much all the books that I read are thrillers. Not all of them, though. So my daughter gave me some that are not thrillers. The Seven Husbands of Evelyn Hugo. That was just a historical fiction romance. It was a really nice story. Daisy Jones and the Six. I watched the show on Netflix and I much preferred the show over the book. But if you don't have anything to compare it to, then maybe the book is great. Leave the World Behind. That is also a Netflix show. I haven't watched a show. The book, awful. Absolutely awful. Like, it had so much potential. Like, the storyline, it could have been so good. But it was awful. It's like he used 30 words to say something that he could have said in 5. Like, his descriptions and comparisons were just stupid. Like, I'm sorry. I don't like to use the word stupid, but it was just so many unnecessary words that weren't interesting and didn't make it more enjoyable. It was just awful, in my opinion. I mean, this is all my opinion. The Second Husband, that one was good. It was a psychological thriller. Like I said, Mary, Nat Cassidy, favorite of the year. The Southern Book Club's Guide to Slaying Vampires, which is a horror fiction. My daughter lent me that one. She wanted me to read it. I liked it. It was good. They Never Learn. It was okay. It was like, I felt like it could have been better. For some reason I was thinking it was going to be way better than what it was. Like, when I read what the book was about, I thought, oh, this should be good, but it was fine. The Wives, that one was good. Not like super, super good, but it was good. I See You. I really like that one. I only gave it 4 stars, but I really liked it, and I would read it again. The New Couple in 5B. It was good. It wasn't like super great, but it was really good. Anna O. I really like that one. All's Well. My daughter lent this one to me. She loved it. It's like one of her favorite books, and I did not like it at all. At all. Yeah. I have nothing nice to say about the book. I did not enjoy it. And she loved it. Intercepts, I thought it was a good book. I think it could have been a whole lot better. Like, I think they could have, like, I found once it got really good, like, it was close to the end. So, but it was good. How to Sell a Haunted House, again. My daughter lent this one to me. She really liked it. The first half of the book was like hard for me to read because it was just like, I don't mind ghosts and stuff like that, but this had like puppets and dolls and stuff that would like come to life and stuff, and that's too much for me. Like, no. Don't like it. It was, and not even like it was scary too much for me. It was just like, you know, an eye roll kind of thing. Like, I just, no, not for me, not my kind of reading. But I have to say, like, the last chapters in the book, when you found out more about the past and why things were, or like why people were the way they were and stuff like that, and you got their side of the story, like, I found that part more interesting. Like, that was good, but I would not read it again. I wouldn't even recommend it. The September House, it was good. I just felt like every page was a lot of the same. You know, it just felt like a lot of repeat, but it did get good again, like towards the end. There was some stuff in it that reminded me of Stranger Things, just because of certain things that happened. Like, really just one, actually, but it just reminded me, that one little part reminded me of Stranger Things. But the book is nothing like it. So I probably shouldn't even have said that, but I gave it like 3.5 stars. So it was good. It wasn't great, but it was good. The Lies I Tell, that was good. First Lie Wins, I really like that one. And it was a quick read too. Like, I wanted to keep reading it. What Lies Between Us, this was my first book by John Mars, and I really, really liked it. I really enjoyed it. It's, I would say it's a psychological thriller, and it's a relationship between a mother and a daughter. It's not hard. I don't think it's hard to read, and I can be sensitive. Like, I don't like reading things where children get hurt and stuff like that. I just, like, there's a cutoff for me. Like, I don't like hearing about kids having to go through hard things. Like, like years ago, I read the books, A Child Called It. The one's about a guy named David. I can't remember his last name. I read those before I had kids, and I found them I found it very difficult to read, and I can't even imagine reading it now. Like, I almost puked back then, so I think I definitely would now. It would make me sick. So, I don't like that kind of stuff, but I don't feel like this is like that. Even though it's like a mother-daughter relationship, like, I didn't have any troubles reading it. The Boyfriend, Frida McFadden. It was good. I gave it 4 stars. It was a very quick read. Like, I read it in 2 days. If you're the kind that just only reads and you don't have any other hobbies or anything, you could, like, on a weekend, you could read that in a day. Probably no problem. I'm reading another one now by Frida McFadden, and I find the story, like, so far, like, it's only 2 books that I've been reading by her, and I'm trying to find an author, like, that I really like and could read all their books. So far, I'm finding her books very easy to read. Like, I don't know how to describe that other than you feel like you can, like, fly through them. There are parts, like, I find her storylines good, but then there's parts that I feel like is kind of childish. Like, the writing is kind of childish. I don't know. I don't know, but I have enjoyed the books so far. So, and it's not like the whole book I find childish. It's just there's sometimes certain things I find it a bit, I don't know. Anyway, and now I am reading Fantastic Land and Never Lie. So what I do is I print the books. I have a Canon selfie, and then, like I said, I just glue the picture down and write a little bit about the book. So I have these covers, and I don't want to put them, like I don't want to glue them to the book until I've read them, because I don't know what order I'm going to read these books. So these are books that I haven't read yet, but I own. So I thought it would be nice, and I mean this book does come with a pocket in the back, but it's huge. So I feel like if I had these all cut up and put in there, they would all fall out. So I was thinking I would like to have a little pocket on the front of the book. This way. Like I find this pocket fine for big things, but I want to have these cut up and ready to go. So I was thinking I could add something on the front. And then I saw this piece of paper and I grabbed it because I thought the color would be nice and the pattern kind of reminds you of like a library card. But then I was thinking, and I'm probably going to need a bigger piece than this. I thought it would be cool to design the pocket or envelope in a way where, like maybe you have the old, like the string thing, and then you undo it and the flaps open up so you don't have to like reach in to get it. You can just open it up, but once it's closed you don't have to worry about them falling out. So that's my idea. So with that being said, I do feel like I will need a larger piece of paper than that. So I have this journal where I just use it for the paper, like I don't use it as a journal. It's a Dilutions, what's this called? Ledger, large ledger journal. So I'm kind of figuring this out as I go. Maybe I should use a template. That would probably be a good idea. So my thoughts are, like, a part would come up, and then it would also have sides. Should they meet in the middle? Just wondering how big I need this. Maybe I should do it. I should probably have my glasses on. I probably could have found a template online. And I would think this doesn't have to be this big. It would be nice if corners were rounded. So that could be there, and that could come up, and then I wouldn't need it super big, so maybe about here. I think I'll do that instead of having the rounded corners. So it could work like where you put the flaps in, like these could just go in here. This would get glued to the cover of the book, and then I would close the flaps and close that and do that whole circle thing with the string, and then it wouldn't come out. But now I want to give it some thought. See if I want a different type closure. I mean, no, I don't want it glued. I could, so I could have a piece of paper. It wouldn't be as pretty, but could have a piece of paper that's stuck to that, and then because I'll be using thicker cardstock, I could have a slit. So imagine I don't have any glue on me at the moment, but that could be attached to there, and then that could just go in there, and that would keep it closed. And then I don't have string digging into, like when the books close, I don't have to worry about the string leaving imprints in my pages. I mean, the whole circle with the strings and stuff, that would look prettier, but I think this would, I'd feel more comfortable with this, I think. So that is what I will do. So this is just a smidge bigger than this paper, but I am just centering it and it'll still work. I'm just going to trace it. Okay, one side's definitely more than the other, but I wanted one overlapping the other. I'm just wanting to see if it's by more than it needs to be. think it's a good amount. It just looked funny when it was out like that, but nope, it makes sense. Okay, the crafter in me feels like I need to do more to this. Like at least ink the edges. So I want to have this strip that was cut off the bottom. I think I'm going to use it as contrast. Or do I want a color? Add some interest. For some reason I feel the need to make this more. So I have these scraps. I think that's too big. I'm going to cut this down so it's 1, 2, 3, 4 squares wide. I could go there. Then, because I thought about maybe an oval. See what that looks like. Oh. I feel like I want red paper. Do I have red paper? Do I have red paper? I'm so silly. Of course I do, because I used to scrapbook and I don't get rid of anything. Going through my pattern scrapbook paper, like just the small paper pads, it really makes me want to find something to make with all the pattern paper. That's like, I don't want to get back into scrapbooking, but I wouldn't mind having something to make with all the pattern papers. They're just so beautiful. Like, they're old, but I just love all the colors and patterns. I need to find something to do with them. This makes me want to cover and get right into it. I'm going to have to find something to make. If you can think of something I can make that speaks to what I do now and use the scrapbooking paper, let me know. Don't like that. Do I want bright or do I want dull? I know I'm going too far with this, but I've gone down a little teeny tiny rabbit hole now. And it's taking everything I have to control myself and not go even further. And it's going to be hard. But I'll be okay. I won't let it happen. I still want to make something with pattern paper. I loved scrapbooking. Absolutely loved it. And I know I would have kept going, but you know, kids get older and they don't want their pictures taken anymore. And they just don't want to cooperate. And they don't do, I mean, they're always beautiful, but they're not the same cutesy anymore. Like, they don't do cute things. And their first are no longer things that you want to record. You know what I mean? It's just not the same. So you get out of it. I did try, I had a scrapbook about myself, but not as fun. Okay. So taking it too far. And I have to ink the edges now. Because I took it too far. Ooh, that does not work. Actually, I'm going to scan these things so you know the size. Okay, that took longer than it should have. So I scanned it, and I'll try to remember to put it on the website, and I'll put it under the shop and freebies. I'll try to make a section. If you go there and it's not there, maybe I forgot, so comment like, hey, Miss Forgetful, guess what you forgot? I won't be offended because I forget everything. Like, I'm going to try and remember to do it once I'm done this video. And I'm going to do this edge. None of this is necessary. Just got the little bit of a bug now. So after this, which is what I was planning on doing today, till I got sidetracked. This is how it all went, which is not totally chaos, but you know, my brain. I came downstairs with a cup of coffee, so I'm like, well, I don't want to start arting right away because I'll forget I have coffee and it'll go cold. So I don't waste time, I will drink my coffee while I watch YouTube videos. And so then I was like, well, so I'm really not wasting time. I can drink my coffee while watching YouTube videos and print the photos for those books. And I did all that. Although I still think there's some coffee in my cup that I did not drink because I still kept forgetting about my coffee. And then as I had the books all printed out, I was thinking, it would be nice to have something to put them in, because all I had was, okay, I'll show you. There was this scrap piece of paper on my desk, so I could keep them all together. I had just done this with the paper. And that's what I was storing them in that back envelope in the book. So I think this will be a little better than this. Yeah. So that led to me making this. And here I am. My plan before coming downstairs was to make bookmarks, which I'm still going to do, but I ended up doing this first. So I guess today it's all reading books related. So it's not like I went totally off the wall with what I was doing. It's just one thing led to something, led to something, led to something else. So this book, see, Now my brain's going further and I'm like, ooh, I should add some stamps. I have this one. This is perfect because it's like, I know this is not a library card, but like it's going for a book. But look at, you can make library cards and it has like this on it. Yes. So cute. So excited and distracted. Just going further and further. Okay, so I'm gonna do, see how dark this vintage photo is. Should be good. I want permanent. I knew I had a stamp that had library card-esque like things in it. I did not get a perfect image. Nice. I feel like I want a bug on it. Grab this Tim Holtz specimen. I have Postbox Red, I have Burn Door, Fired Brick. I think that would probably be more of a grungy looking red. Oh, I have Crackling Campfire. I don't know what that one's like. Yes. Okay. Make me stop. So just in case I didn't say, this one is by Inky Antics. It's an Andrea Aki or Oki Par. I follow her on Instagram. I love what she does. I also have an alphabet stamp by her too that I absolutely love. Okay. So I want a scored line. Around here. I'm missing the middle on this one. Okay. So I can go down through there. And that can glue on there. I've always said that sometimes I really miss scrapbooking, and yeah, I can totally see it. Like, it's just, I don't know, it's just all the pattern paper and getting to stamp and ink things and like putting things together like to fit a certain way, and I just really like it all. Okay, so I'm using some double-sided tape and I'm going to use some wet glue. Maybe overkill, but it's going to be getting open and closed all the time. Not all the time, but often enough. So I want to make sure that has good adhesion. I'm just eyeballing it. Because you're going to be like bending it and stuff, so just want to make sure. I have come a long way though, because the old me would have like measured and made sure everything was centered. So I have chilled. Okie dokie. I didn't even realize. Look how it goes with the book. Nice. So fancy. Hee hee. It's silly how excited this gets me. Sad, really. I do have some leftover big pieces from, this piece would be great for my last graphics project. So I can just use this great big piece. Awesome. I love this stuff. Double tack mounting film by Graphics. It is awesome. You can get big sheets and then you just cut it to whatever size you want. It is awesome. Love it. Now, am I going to be picky? No, I'm going to eyeball. I'm sure there are some of you that are like, oh my god, cringing. But I am not good at measuring. And it'll take me, I know it's a ruler, but if I get where I need to use a ruler, then I get way too picky and I overanalyze everything. And it'll just take forever. It's just easier for me to let go and eyeball it and be okay with the outcome. So how cool is that? Yay! Now I can take, this is what I do. I just grab my little Tim Holtz paper trimmer and the Canon Selfie, the photo paper, it has these ends which I don't get, but I'm sure has something to do with the way the machine works. I just use this to cut them down. So now they can all go in there. Yay. Want to have another look? Hey. Okay. Hope you enjoyed that. You probably didn't enjoy it nearly as much as I did, but and if you don't use it for this, maybe you'll want to use the little pocket for something else. So I'm going to make bookmarks. I wasn't going to record it, but maybe I'll just let the camera run and I'll post this video and you guys can let me know if you want to see the video of me making bookmarks. Okay? So thanks so much for watching and putting up with my silly giddiness over little things. Bye.